So, Fat Quarter Shop a couple weeks ago put out a pattern called Holloway, and Holloway calls for 16 half yard cuts. This is the pattern, and it's super easy cutting large pieces, large blocks. You're basically cutting, and it's a free pattern. You're cutting one 10.5 square and four 5.5 squares from each half yard. So super easy. Now, I did not need to start another project. I have tons and tons of works in progress. I don't know, 15, 20 of them. So, because I get bored. But what made me do this pattern actually is because I was running out of room, right? So here's where uh, the bundle, so the half yards that I'm using for this pattern used to be right here, but all of this fabric just came in, and so I didn't have any place to put that fabric. So I'm doing this pattern to take this stuff. I have more space for more fabric. So I ended up using a half yard bundle that I got from Blueprint back when they were in business and selling fabric. And the fabric line is called Nectar. Um, you do need a half yard for this. I mean, you could technically do it from a third yard. You can almost get it from a fat quarter. Um, but certainly a third of a yard would be sufficient because there is a ton of fabric left over after making this quilt. So I started putting it together last weekend, and I did all my cutting and I started my sewing, and I will be finishing the top today. It's basically just 4 rows. The quilt has 4 rows. So I have, 2 rows together and 2 rows together, and I'm just going to put these together, and then my quilt top will be finished. So when I've got that done, I'll show you guys. But I thought maybe I would baste it tonight, but then I remembered I have to piece the back. I don't like having a lot of leftover fabric. It's like once I've sewn with a line, I don't really want to sew with it again. So I would rather take whatever fabric I have left over and piece it back. And there was a ton of fabric left after this. Okay, so I ended up with a strip of each fabric that was 2 inches or less. I generally don't like to deal with fabric that is less than 2 inches. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm probably going to toss it, but I'm not going to toss it until I'm completely done with the quilt because I don't know what I want to do with it yet. So there's that. This is what I had left over. And I had a miscut. So on this fabric, this print right here, I had a miscut. So I have a little bit less of that particular one because I had to cut another square because I had messed up. And I also had a miscut on this one here. I ended up having to piece one of my 5-inch squares because I accidentally cut it. I cut mine at 5 inches instead of 5.5. And then once I did that, I couldn't salvage enough to get what I needed. So I had to, do that. So anywho, that's what I've got left. All of this. So even after I piece my back, I'm still going to have fabric left over. Not only that, but the bundle that I used had 20 half yards in it, not the 16 required by the pattern. So I have 4 full half yards still. So I believe I'm just going to leave those half yards intact is what I think I'm going to do, and just add them to my stash. But it just depends on how this back piecing goes. So I'm going to piece the back, and then if I need more fabric, then I will use some of these leftover half yards and add those into the backing. And I might use one of them for the binding. There's 2 that I know I'm definitely probably not going to use. And those are the 2 heart prints. There's some heart prints in here. One of them, the blue one, I put into my quilt. And that is this fabric here. But it also came in red and turquoise. So I think I might just, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of leftover fabric. So I finished the quilt. I'm going to show you guys in a moment, but yeah, I'm not going to be piecing this back tonight. I'm going to work on something else this evening. I think I'd like to start on piecing this back like maybe tomorrow or Sunday when I kind of have all day to, you know, to work on it. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that tonight. So I got to figure out what I'm going to work on tonight. I don't know exactly what I want to do. But while I figure it out, I'm going to show you guys this completed Holloway quilt top. It's just the top. I have not, of course, I have not quilted it yet because I haven't pieced the back yet. So one moment, I'm going to show you guys the quilt. All right, so this is the completed top. You're not really getting an accurate representation of the color right now because the light in my living room is yellow versus the light in my sewing room, which is white light. But the issue is that in my sewing room, I really don't have any place to show something that's this large. But I'm going to bring the quilt into the sewing room so you can kind of get a better representation of what these colors look like. So this is the quilt kind of crumpled up in my sewing room. You can kind of get a better idea of, you know, the richness of the colors, the pretty greens and the pinks, and it's just really pretty fabric to me, and I enjoyed working with it. Boundless made some really great fabric at really super reasonable prices, so I've been trying to snatch up as much of it as I can since Blueprint is closed, but yeah. So this is the Holloway quilt, and hopefully I'll get the back done and piece this weekend. So we'll see. But as for today, I think I'm gonna keep it light and keep it easy for what I do today. I think I'm just gonna, I did 2 block of the months that I started. One of them I started in 2020. I did the Build a Quilt, and I am only on block 6. So I think I'm gonna do my Build a Quilt block 6. And I think that's what I'm going to work on tonight. And then if I have time still, I might either do another Build a Quilt block, maybe do block 7, or I also started a Botanica Park block of the month in 2019, and I am on block 5. Yeah, so yeah, maybe that. And then I also have the first kit that I did for Simple Whatnots. This is Kick the Can, so I might work on this, but probably not, because something about the mini quilts, like once I start them, I want to finish them pretty quickly. So the last mini that I did, once I started it, I pretty much just sped through it nonstop and got it done, because it's so small. I just want to get it done and get it, like, it's so easy to baste, right? Because you can literally baste it on your table, like a little small table, you know, almost like the size of a sheet of paper. So it's like super easy to baste, and then it's super quick to bind, so, and super fast to quilt. So it's like once you start working on it, for me with these minis, there's this huge strong desire to get it finished. What I could end up doing is some cutting. Sometimes if I don't feel like sewing, I'll do some cutting. So maybe that I might do that too. We'll see. I'm definitely going to do this Build a Quilt block 6. And I'm definitely going to do that. And then after that, we shall see. Thanks for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed the Holloway quilt by Fat Quarter Shop. Have a great day.